Hello, everyone. My name is Anoth, and today I want to talk about relationships. I am not an expert. The only thing I'm an expert at is failed relationships. I've been married twice. My first time for 16 years, my second time for 10 years. If you ask a couple that's been married um, 40, 50 years and they're asked what's the secret, they'll say communication. And as I've been alone, I have been doing a lot of soul searching, and communication is the key. You have to have good communication with your partner in order to have a good argument, to have a good discussion. If you don't have communication, then nothing else is going to work. You have to learn how to talk and be able to have a discussion or an argument and be able to grow from it. If all you do is have a argument or a discussion and get so pissed off and get so mad where you storm out and then you come back and then you don't talk and you wait for the next day and then the next day and then you hope that maybe that argument just goes away or whatever the problem was it's gone away. It's not going to go away because the person that stayed behind, the other person that you were having that discussion or that argument with, they will remember that argument. They will remember that problem. And if that problem or discussion or argument was not solved, it's going to keep building and building and building. That was one of my problems in my marriage, that I was not a good communicator. I would try to get my point of view across, but somehow the person that my husband at the time that I was having this discussion or argument with, I couldn't get the right words out. And when you're having a discussion and you're having a hard time getting those words out, and the person you're talking to doesn't understand what it is that you're saying, doesn't understand why you're so frustrated or why you're so pissed off or so mad, if you care about that other person, you'll sit there and you'll work it out and you'll discuss it, and you'll yell. Maybe you'll keep on arguing and having discussions, but at least you're talking. At least you don't clam up and storm out and then come back and then still be clammed up and not have a discussion. That is a huge problem. And I've learned this after I've been alone and divorced twice, that if I cannot have a discussion with my significant other, and if my significant other doesn't get what it is that I'm trying to communicate, then I need to communicate better. And then who I'm talking to needs to listen to me, needs to ask me questions, needs to say, I don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand what the problem is. Explain it to me better. Or say it in a different way. Sometimes, for me, part of my problem is that when English is your second language, sometimes words come out wrong, and but then the other person that I'm having the discussion with doesn't want to spend the time to finish having that discussion, and that's another problem. If you don't have the time for your wife or for your husband, if you don't have the time to finish discussing a problem that both you guys are having, then guess what? That's going to be another failed relationship. That's going to be another failed marriage, Because if you cannot discuss a problem maturely, if you cannot find a solution, if you cannot help the other person, then what good is it to be married? You get married to have someone to bounce your doubts with, your fears with. And if you don't have that person, then what are you going to do? So again, this is, since I've been alone, I've been doing a lot of soul searching. I've been doing a lot of listening and watching of different people and different couples, and I see what part of the problem is or was for me, and it was that I couldn't communicate better. And the other person that I was trying to have a communication with, or a discussion with, or an argument with, I if I was having a hard person communicating my problem, and if the other person that I was having a problem with couldn't understand what it is that I was trying to say, then how do things get fixed? Things get broken, but then you have to try to get them fixed. And if you cannot fix them, then what are you going to do? Especially if you love that person, or if that person that you're having a discussion with loves you. So anyway, we'll keep talking, or I'll keep talking, and maybe between all of us we can get it worked out and figure out what it is that we're doing wrong. So thank you for listening to me. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. Please remember to ask questions or make comments. And hopefully we'll grow and we'll learn from each other, and we'll keep progressing. Thank you. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.